now. First of all, before I continue, I would like to say thank you to everybody who has made it out now just to come here. You know, you just coming out, most of you probably had a work to go for, or you had a busy schedule. On a Monday is not the right time to do rallies because a lot of people have commitments. But I thank you for just stepping out, asking permission to come here, because you've represented the voices of those who are not here now. And also those who have been organizing the rally all over the world. These rallies have happened. I wasn't involved in trying to make this happen, but in Canada it was Brianna and Brooklyn that took it over. They asked their friends, they started to do it. Today there's so many rallies that have taken place. And I posted on Facebook once and said we would like to put the focus in Sudan. So fans took it and friends decided to do it. There's one rally in London today, Norway. The Norway one went really well. Actually, they managed to get their government to send somebody to South Sudan and Sudan to speak. And one of the foreign young ministers came and spoke at the rally today. And so the national news was covering it, and it was they made it something big. So what is We Want Peace about? We Want Peace is about putting a spotlight in a dark place. When you put a spotlight in a dark place, the evil will perform less. And so that's where the idea came about. So how did it start? It started with the song We Want Peace. First, when I was worried that my country was going to go back to war. And so I reached out to as many people as possible. Celebrities, reached out to Alicia Keys, George Clooney, Peter Gabriel. And we happened to get two presidents rapping on the We Want Peace song. And that's how it started. So as it went by, I said, look, this could help, just drawing attention to a situation. If I look back into inspiration and how it happened, it's going back to STAN, the student group in the United States that put focus on Darfur before and made Darfur really huge and got the interest of people like George Clooney and became a headline. So just creating awareness helped in a way. But just to take you part into a political situation or what is in Sudan and South Sudan is I'll try to go slightly deeper so that for those who don't know history about Sudan and understand what it is now. You see, I was born in the difficult time. During that time, I didn't understand what was going on completely. And so we had a government that set policies that were really completely wrong, that favor specific ethnic group and specific faith. So imagine you're in a country, if you're not a Muslim, you're not even a second-class citizen. A first-class citizen is an Arab Muslim. Then a second class would be their wife. A third class would be any Muslim from any other nation. So any Muslim from any other nation, which is an Arab who come to my country, get treated better than a normal Muslim in that country. So a fourth class would be, or maybe, and any African that are converted into Islam could maybe become a fourth class citizen, and their wife maybe become fifth class citizen. And so a Christian, somebody like me, maybe I'd become a sixth class citizen. And if I have a wife, she becomes sixth class citizen. The level of how everything is classified, it's not in the Constitution, but that's how the system is practiced. So even if you're going to look for a job, if you're not a Muslim, you get low pay. So their strategy was simple, because the population was growing by force, whereby if you're not becoming a Muslim by force, then what happened was economically you're not able to support yourself. So to go to school, to make everything go forward. So that's what was happening. And so South Sudanese, the reason they were fighting for equality. Okay, let's separate religion from the state. Let's have a law that protects everybody. And so the war went on for long. And if I talk about the war reached the core of my family. We lost everything we own. All my aunties died in the war. All my uncles, except two that are alive. My mother too was claimed by the war. At the age of 7, my father gave me out, told me I'm going to go to school in Ethiopia. So I actually went to school for a while, but we were trained later. So when I was trained as a kid, I wanted to kill as many Muslims and many Arabs as possible. And I thought that was what was killing us. But later on, luckily, when I was smuggled to Kenya by a British aid worker called Emma McCune and put in school, I was able to discover the truth and find out actually it's not the Muslims or Arabs that were killing us, but it's the economical reason. And so I was able to understand and educate myself. And so mostly I'm passionate about education. As education, if people are able to read and find out, they'll be able to heal and they'll be able to know the truth and choose what path. So what will help my country in the long run is education. Schools, probably many people's minds will be open. At the moment, I won't go on for long, but I just want to tell you guys, today is all about a call for civilian protection and humanitarian assistance. As I speak to you, the same methods that were used to kill people in South Sudan are being applied now in the north to the people that fought with South Sudanese. So 98% of every person in South Sudan lost something. That's an auntie, that's a brother. So the whole country, everybody's torn. And also, so what did the government do? What was their strategy? Their strategy was, if you want to catch the fish, you have to drain the pond. And so how do you do? When you drain the pond was the people. The pond was the people which has the water, which are the normal civilians, and the fish was the rebels. So that's why they had an idea of going to a village and just dropping bombs or killing people randomly, or sending Janja away. So most of the killing that took place was done by militias or the government starving people. So mostly South Sudan is very fertile. It's a very fertile land, but because when the war happened, they blocked the places where people could take in their cows or where they could go and survive. So if you go there, you get killed. So that's why many people had to walk all the way to Ethiopia. So now, because I'm gonna close it probably with a spoken word and then a jam session. But before I go on, I would like us to probably take maybe like 40 seconds, maybe to just think for a while and put ourselves on the shoes of those who have lost their loved one, and also to remember the dead. And for you, if you're here, it's for you to play like, I'm going to be a peace soldier. I'm going to try my best to fight for peace. And what is my definition of peace? Peace is justice, equality, freedom for all. You know, peace is when my belly is full, or peace when conflicts are managed in a way that the violence can be prevented. You see, here there is peace. You know, you guys, those who have come to Toronto, they have experienced the peace here. That's why a lot of refugees run away to come to. But what we're trying here is trying to say, just by adding your voice, you can help make peace come in our country so that we don't have to run away and come here. So I'm gonna do a spoken word now, and I hope you guys are gonna get it. And then probably the last song I'm gonna jam with Jeff and Kaysan and the drama. So this is how it goes. Well, this spoken word is one of the most inspired. It inspires me. It's the lowest form I've ever gone as a human being, because we were 400 young kids mixed with adults, and only 16 survived. So we planned an escape. We're eating snails, vultures, and at one point when we ran out of food, I was tempted to eat my friend. His name was Luan. And so whenever I want to give up, probably not continue doing what I'm doing, it's like those dead comrades, you know, it's being in a situation, seeing 6, 7 years old burying their own dead. It's like those dead kids come and talk back to me, Emmanuel, don't give up, keep talking. So I didn't understand why I keep doing it. But I came to realize as I speak, I'm putting light somewhere, and more people get to empathize and help make things happen. So this is how the spoken word goes. Talking to the man in the mirror, I'm looking back what I would have done better. I was young, angry and bitter, machete in my hand, cracked Jalava's head. One of my comrades put him to bed with a bayonet and a bullet in his belly. They say revenge is sweeter than a lady. That's true, only for a moment. After a while, constant torment, scars and wounds that take forever to heal. If you wear my shoes, you will know how I feel. If you wear my shoes, you will know how I feel. If you wear Darfurian shoes, you will know how they feel. You wear child soldier shoes, you will know how they feel. If you wear shoes of somebody in the Nuba Mountains, you will know how they feel. If you wear my shoes, you'll know how I feel. My dreams are like torments, my every moment. Voices in my brain of friends that were slain. Friends like Lual who died by my side of starvation. In the burning jungle and the desert plain. Next was I, but Jesus heard my cry as I was tempted to eat the rotten flesh of my comrade. He gave me comfort. We used to raid villages, stealing chickens, goats and sheep, anything we could eat. I knew it was rude, but we needed food. And therefore I was forced to sin to make a living. Forced to sin to make a living. Sometimes you gotta lose to win. Never give up, never give in. Left home at the age of 7. 1 year later I live with an AK-47. By my side, slept with one eye open wide. Run, duck, play dead and high. I've seen my people die like flies. But I've never seen a dead enemy, or at least one that I've killed. But still as I wonder, I wouldn't go under. Guns barking like lightning and thunder. As a child so young and tender, words I can't forget, I still remember. As the sergeant command, raising his hand, no retreat, no surrender. Yiddish, I carry the burn of the trauma. War child, child without a mama, still fighting in the struggle. Yet as I wage this new war, I'm not alone in this drama. No sit or stop, as I reach for the top. I'm fully dedicated like a patriotic cop. I'm on a fight, day and night. Sometimes I'm doing wrong in order to make things right. It's like I'm living a dream. First time I'm feeling like a human being. The children of Darfur, your empty bellies on the telly, now it's you that I'm fighting for. Left home, don't even know the day I'll ever return. My country's war-torn. Music I used to hear was bombs and fire of guns. So many people died that I don't even cry no more. Ask God question, what am I here for? Why my people poor? Why and why? When the rest of the children were learning how to read and write, I was learning how to fight. Ate snails, vultures, rats, snakes, and anything that had life. I was ready to eat. I know it's a shame, but who is to be blamed? That's my story of Toronto. Thank you for coming out. So, I believe it's possible for peace to happen. You know, in Sudan, it's possible for peace to happen in South Sudan. And I believe it's going to happen. Because even if I look at the history of European and America, there's a time that the people were at that time never thought that they'll leave that hell. And so, and because you're all here, the fact that you came out, it gives us hope that something great is going to happen. And so, I'm going to do a song now with my guys here. And I want to teach you guys a chant. So today we're not going to have sweet voices. Maybe you guys know the song. So I'm going to put a different hook to it. We did a remix or reload of the song with DMC, Dispatch, and A&R, and some guys from New York called Das Racist. So I'm going to teach you the chorus. You guys want to jam on with us?